Do you have an intro song?
Yes. Welcome everybody to the Gen Now podcast. Welcome to the Gen Now podcast. We're here with Keniesha.
Hi.
And Jocelyn.
Hello.
Oh my gosh. Yes, welcome.
Thank you, Evan. Thank you for having us.
Yes. And that's what I'm excited. I'm going to start off with like an icebreaker.
Okay.
It's the classic one they always do at the young adults. If you were a banana, how would you like to be cooked?
Well,
I don't think that's a classic icebreaker.
Yeah, I would think so.
I think a classic
You don't cook a
icebreaker
banana.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we have a lot of problems with this icebreaker.
Yeah.
Number one, you don't cook a banana.
I beg differ. There is 100% a few ways you can eat a banana. Or cook
You
a
could
banana.
bake it.
Yeah,
I could
that's cooking.
bake. No.
I mean, it's still like it's heat.
different.
It's
No.
heat.
No.
Yes.
No. Okay. So we would you bake a banana. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't interrupt. You bake a banana. Okay.
Yeah.
I would prefer to be, if I was a banana,
Yeah.
to be baked in a banana nut chocolate chip muffin.
Muffin?
Oh, muffin.
Yes.
Chocolate. Those are good. Wait, with chocolate
Yeah.
chips?
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely
so a
chocolate
banana
chips.
nut muffin, and you just add chocolate chips.
Wait, nuts too?
Yeah. Revolutionary, huh?
That actually does sound good though.
Y'all should have us together more often. I feel like we're really teaching.
I know, I'm learning a lot. I know like nothing about how bananas, like I love bananas and all, but I know nothing about them. Like I learned there's different types.
Obviously. Okay. That's been made clear.
No, that's good. That's what it's better brown. It's more cream.
All right.
Like
Okay,
the
so
skin.
You're going to edit that one out.
It's like a s'more.
Now it's
anyway.
time for
A
Jocelyn's question.
s'more?
Yeah, you know, like when it's like slightly brown, golden brown. Continue. What would you like to be baked or cooked? The banana. I guess there's a difference.
So there is a difference. I would say same, but in bread form. So
Yes.
banana
Yes.
chocolate chip bread. Sometimes I like a walnut in there.
Oh.
Sometimes I don't. Depends
Yeah.
on the vibes.
Yeah, the mood.
Preferably with dark
Oh.
chocolate chips.
Yes. To balance up
balance
the
up,
sweetness
yep.
of the banana.
That's smart. Okay, I didn't know you could put. I'm so new to this, like nuts and like things in your bread. Like I eat just plain soggy banana bread.
No, well,
It's
I'll have to teach
These are
you.
your children.
like it's wet though, right?
What is it, raw?
No, like when you bake it, you need it. It's slightly wet. That's how banana bread is. That's how it is. It's slightly wet, and you like it. You eat. I don't know. So sorry. I'm sorry.
Can we have a new podcast?
Yeah. It's actually cast. Come on.
Okay.
I think we might need to restart this. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if enough editing can happen right now.
I just have so many questions.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
If you're eating raw banana bread,
Wait,
go
no.
to the doctor.
Not raw, wet. It's been cooked already, okay? It's been through the oven. We did the toothpick test. Whoop, slip.
If you do the toothpick test, it's not wet.
It's still wet?
No.
Maybe I'm doing this wrong. I don't know.
I think you are.
Yes, that's been established 10 minutes ago. If you do the toothpick test and something is on the toothpick, it's not done cooking. It's not done
Oh, what?
That's the point of the toothpick test.
I thought it was like you need a little bit stuck
baking.
to it.
No, honey bunny, no.
No, it's supposed to come out clean. That's how you know it's done.
Oh.
It jiggles, leave it in there for another 5 minutes, you know?
Oh. Maybe I've never. Well, I think.
Okay, so I'm
Wait,
just going to
no.
propose.
Wait.
Evan,
I'm confused.
I would trust us.
Okay, yeah,
I
I'll
would
trust you
us.
too.
Yeah.
I was so confused. Oh yeah, and that's how I'd like to be cooked too, like wet banana
Yeah.
bread.
No, you don't.
I mean, it's all I've eaten, so like.
Okay, so I'm going to propose that
Yeah.
maybe we teach you basic baking skills.
Ooh, that'd be exciting.
Yeah.
I would love that.
That can be a new segment of the podcast.
Yes.
Baking
We
with
teach you when your food is not
Okay.
raw.
Yes.
Or Talia can taste test it before
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Make sure it's not poison.
What's the next question, Edmund?
Oh yeah. I mean, I guess
Do we have more?
I mean,
Are there
like, I do
productive
have
questions?
I was kind of curious, like, how long have you guys known each other? Like, it's been crazy. Or is he like? Has it been that long? Because you guys
It has been that long.
Wait, really?
We've known each other since high school.
Yeah. Probably 9th or 10th grade,
Yeah.
you think?
Is 9th high school?
9th
Yes.
grade? Yeah, that's a freshman.
Yes. Probably 10th or 11th because I moved to the
yeah.
cities when I was 16, so it'd
Yep.
be a little bit later. But
Oh.
Yeah.
how long is that? I'm trying to do the math, but I
wouldn't
don't.
do the math.
I don't think I want to because that makes it sound really old when you do that.
It does.
But we're talking like 15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, only 15. Like, it's.
Yes.
Thank you for that, Evan.
Yeah.
Good sport. Loved it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, high school.
That's what. Wait, so
Again,
how long
don't
did you know
do the math.
Talia too? Like, wait, when did?
Talia was also in the same youth group.
Yep.
same?
So we've all known each other since high school.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
How'd you guys like coordinate moving together? Like if you're in
Talia
the
says-
same church, like, you know,
What do you mean moving together?
like how do you not? Well, like if it's like some family like kind of dissipates. Like my mom and her high school friends had like disappeared or not disappeared.
Yeah. It's like separated.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see what you're
Trying
saying.
to be like come back together
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
adults.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
That's a great question.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, I guess so. If you
Do you want to answer?
No.
it's fine. You can.
Nope. I think just like different circumstances. We ran in different
Yeah.
friend groups, but we were all in this same building together in the youth group. We went to summer camps together.
Yeah.
Jocelyn and I ended up being camp.
I'm so sorry. You're gonna have to
Are you
re-say
getting
that.
closer to me? I love
I'm
it.
trying to sit up.
You
couch
love
is
me.
Silly.
It's a deep couch.
Yes.
So I don't even know what I said.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay. We were in the same youth group. We ran in different circles.
Yeah.
We ended up being camp counselors together for the junior high ministry.
We did.
We did.
That was a time.
That was way before
We learned some things. We saw some
we
things.
saw some things. We learned some things.
War stories.
We went through some things.
Yeah.
Maybe over, maybe under. Some of us came out unscathed. The rest of us not so much. A lot of trauma. And then I think just through adulthood and kind of like figuring out who we are. I mean, Jocelyn got married younger.
Yeah.
And then we were just like figuring, I don't know, we were just figuring it out. And then
Yeah.
we were also at the fifth service together. And we all just kind of came back around.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's natural for like friendships as you get older to kind of have like ebbs and flows, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
So there's
Yeah.
times where we were closer than others.
Yeah.
But we didn't ever go through anything like we never ended our friendship, right? There's
Right.
times where we talked more, there's times where we talked less.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, honestly, we're probably closer now than ever before.
Yeah.
Which all of us working in the same building probably
Oh,
helped
yeah.
with that. But I think it's natural as you get older,
For sure.
as you're all experiencing life and going through different things, that
Yeah.
there's gonna be, you know,
Ebbs and flows.
yeah, exactly.
That's normal. I feel like I saw a TikTok. When I say I researched, I saw a TikTok, but I saw a TikTok that said I never had to ask her to be a friend. And I feel like that's applicable to Talia and Jocelyn. I never
Yeah.
had to ask them to step up to the plate and be
Yeah.
there for me. They just were. So in any season of my life, I knew that I could go to either one of them,
Yeah.
like without judgment, without fear, nothing.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, what do you need? Let's do
Yeah.
it. Let's go through it together.
I also feel like we understand each other enough to know, like,
Yeah.
we don't have to talk 24/7.
Yeah.
And that doesn't change our friendship. You
Yeah.
know, if we're going through busy season or just different things, like we aren't always constantly communicating, but that doesn't, we can come back together and it's
Right.
the exact same.
That's
like,
so cool.
I would say, because I feel like it's different per friend group, but to your point, I know that if I don't hear from Talia or Jocelyn for 2 days,
Yeah.
they still love me. We're still friends.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't let maybe non-communication
Yeah.
affect your attachment style or like your relationship. I know they're going to answer when they can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys mentioned that being, or like none of you all work together, it has like blossomed your relationship. Like, would you consider it like the best job you've had, or what would be your best job?
I'm gonna need you to reword that question.
I guess more officially, like,
I don't think I wanted us to be able to answer honestly, and for those of us to stay employed.
So thanks so much. Take my bad job.
That was a really good intro to the next question.
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
record, I just for our sakes.
Yeah. I mean, what's the best job you've ever had? Like, is it this one since you've had these relationships? Like you're close to your relationships, or was it like I enjoy working alone sometimes? So maybe is it like,
Don't we all?
Yeah. Amen.
yeah.
What is the best job I've ever had? That's a good question. I honestly don't know. I don't know that one like sticks out over the others. I think I've learned different things at all of the jobs that I have had.
Ooh,
Sure.
yeah.
So I can look back at them and go, okay, like I knew I was here for this reason, or I learned this from this job.
Yeah.
And that prepared me for whatever my next season was.
Yeah.
So I don't know that I can necessarily say, okay, this one was the best.
Yeah.
I mean, my favorite job was probably I worked at DSW because that gave us the opportunity to move to California. So
If you didn't know, they lived in San Diego.
I can say it. I don't count for your bingo. No, I don't count.
Ben's counting.
We don't see that.
That's my one. My only reference, I promise.
Yes.
I promise. But just because the opportunity that came out of that.
Yeah.
But I've also worked with like my entire family before.
Oh, yeah.
And not all families could do that. We surprisingly work really well together. And so that was really fun for a season.
Yeah.
So.
That's cool. That's what I do AV with my mom, or with my dad and my sister.
Oh, cool.
So that's super nice to do
love
that. Right? It's so cute.
It is so cute.
Oh, wait. That's anyway. Yeah, what was your...
It's so cute.
You can say that.
Okay.
You can say that. I actually agree. I think that's exactly what I would have said. I don't think a job sticks out as the best one.
Yeah.
A 2-part answer, Sabinski kids. I don't want you walking out of here thinking I don't love your mother, because I do.
Yeah.
I would say Heather, without a doubt, has been the best and most influential boss, because it gave me like the space to grow.
Yeah.
I think retail sticks out more just because I learned so much more about other people. I learned a lot about myself working for a nonprofit organization, but I learned more about other people.
Oh, yeah.
Working retail. I think you can probably attest to this. You did not know who or what you were going to encounter day to day working retail. It could have been the best customer or the worst customer. Maybe a coworker, as you kids would say, like crashed out. And you're like,
as you kids would say.
as the young
We're trying
ones
not
would
to
say.
age ourselves here.
Sorry.
As you kids would say.
As the young ones would say. Or, maybe your manager had a bad day.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I probably have maybe like the most skills out of working retail that have helped me in other areas of my life.
Oh.
Because that is the most colorful garden of different people.
That's
It's
what
for
you
sure
love that
working
phrase.
retail.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to ask. Like, how is it, or why is it like the most, like, you've learned from in retail? Like, is it?
I would, correct me if I'm wrong,
Yeah.
my interpretation would be I learned more sides of empathy working retail.
Yeah.
I think you have, when you're working for a Christian nonprofit, I think you have an idea of how everyone is supposed to act and respond to things. But if they don't, it could be this whole detrimental thing. And you're like, what? I thought it was going to be rainbows and butterflies.
Yeah.
Where with retail, not everybody has the same or similar core values.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what? I understand. I get it for sure. I'm still going to help you. I would appreciate it if you didn't talk to me like that, but I'll still help you.
Yeah.
So that's why I would say it was like the most influential.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think you get just like such an array of people that you work with.
Yeah.
Because when I managed, I had high school kids
Yeah.
who would have their parents call in sick for them. I had, yeah, those are the worst.
That's
Those are the worst. We don't need to get into that. I have some strong feelings about that. I had college kids that would come in hungover from the night before.
Yeah.
I had, people that were in their 60s who this is their second job that they're just trying to work on the weekends to earn more money. So you have all of these different walks of life that you're managing all at once, right? And so I think that really taught me that I can't expect me out of other people.
Yes.
Which is not an easy thing to do because I would love it for everybody to work like I did because that would be so easy. But that's not realistic, and that's not what we need. We need differences in everyone because, even though we can be very similar sometimes, Keniesha thinks differently than I do. And that's not a bad thing. That just brings more to the table.
Right.
Oh.
There's more seats at the table that way, I would say.
That's interesting. I guess it is kind of like you get kind of blindsided being in the same, like in the church, everyone's there because they're like, it's the Christian, or not, is it like the Christian thing to do?
Yeah, I think you can, I think like Keniesha was saying, everybody's got the same values at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And I think that because of that, you, ooh. You just jump in.
Okay.
Tag out.
The route that I would go is it's easier for me to expect someone to work like me in a Christian nonprofit because we have similar values. Where outside of these walls in what I would call like the real world.
Yeah.
It's so much easier to be like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm not that, like, we are not the same.
Yeah.
And that's okay. But we're still here to get a job done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it can be more frustrating too. And I can say this because I'm no longer employed here. But I think it can be frustrating because you do expect that out of people, right? You're expecting people to work at their best, to behave at their best. And that's not always the case. Right. And so that can be extra frustrating when you're like, hey, we're supposed to be representing Christ. At everything we do, including this job that you're working at. And so you kind of have that expectation for people that might be unrealistic to put on people, but I think it's natural to do an environment like this. Whereas what Keniesha said, what we consider the real world, the outside world, you don't have those same expectations. I don't expect that you know how to treat people with love and with respect, because they're not necessarily trying to represent Christ like we are.
Yeah. They're just trying to get a paycheck.
Yeah.
And like she was saying, like you would have coworkers that would come in hungover from the night before, and you're like, if you knew you had to open the store,
what are you doing?
Why are we up until 3 a.m. drinking? I don't understand. But the core values were different. So it's like, okay, I can tell that you're struggling today. I'll handle more.
Oh yeah, that's so cool. You can practice with that. And that's like even ties into the next question of like, and we see like you're going through it of like, how does like if it seems like they have like different core values, is like your view on perfection or your professionalism, like do they seem what I'm trying to say, does it seem like they aren't professional to you then too? Does that make any sense?
I think professionalism in any job is something that we're lacking as a society. Let me say that.
Someone had to say it.
We can close it down now. That's what.
Because I've worked with people who are 20 and have had barely any, life experience, who are extremely professional. And I've worked with people who are 60 and have had all of this life experience and they don't know how to send an email. And I'm like, what are we doing?
There's the middle ground, guys.
So I think it's just overall something that the standards have changed over the last decade or so. And even, when we're talking about retail, I think post-COVID, everything is very different. Because we both did before COVID happened, and now it's just a completely different world.
It's different. It's a different world.
It's a completely different beast. So,
and that's what is it? You said like it's less professional with their culture. It was hilarious. You were saying like your parents would calling you sick.
Yeah.
Is that even like? That's not professional at all, is that?
No, it is not.
I'm a professionally call my mom.
For this one, I'm so stressed.
No, it's so true.
Professional. I mean, I do remember.
Yeah.
I'm a very type A personality. Okay?
yeah.
Talia and Jocelyn know this to the end of the earth, right? And I think for me, because my parents would never fathom calling in a place of work for me.
Yeah.
School, like junior high, elementary school, high school, sure.
Yeah.
But as soon as I was old enough to work, they're like, you got to call in, honey.
Yeah.
Nope. Mom's busy. Mom has a full-time job.
Yeah.
Dad's traveling. Call it in. And so for me, it was, okay, if I am taking this next step to be in a business setting and a professional setting, then I have to own it. Like, hey, Amanda, I'm really feeling sick today. I've got a temperature.
Yeah.
Is there any way I could have someone like replace me? And
Or even crazier, calling people to get your shift covered.
What?
yes, we had to do that. You had a list of people.
Yeah.
Like the whole company was on this list and had their number, and you knew what department they were in.
Yeah.
And it would say like, okay, if you can't come in on Saturday, you got to call at least 3 people.
Yeah.
And then report back to the manager.
Yeah.
Like, hey, so-and-so, Talia's covering for me on Saturday.
Yeah.
Great. Or I can't find anyone to cover me. What should I do?
Yeah.
But phone anxiety didn't exist. Didn't exist because you had to find someone to cover for you.
That's what they come. So it sounds like they're expecting you to come in, like knowing or how to act professionally. What is professionalism to you guys? Like,
This is a topic.
I know
Some
it's
new
kind
audience members.
of broad.
Hello, welcome to our podcast.
Yes.
Just kidding.
Welcome.
I think it's something that we've talked about at length before, and
Yeah.
I think it's outside of the obvious of, your appearance,
Yeah.
responsibility. What other things have I ever told you about? Teamwork, respect, attitude. I think for me, it gets down to your character.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think we bring that to the table enough when we talk about what professionalism is.
Yeah.
I mean, are you willing to scrub a toilet?
Yeah.
Or are you entitled and you just want the corner office?
Oh.
If I am, I have to understand, it doesn't matter where you are within a company, you're still a part of the team. So if I can unclog a toilet instead of having to call Brian Hackler, I'll do it. I'll totally do it. I'm not above anything. So I think that it's all about your character. I'm not going to ask you to do something that I'm not willing to do myself, nor have I never done myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember at DSW, I had a manager.
Yeah.
And she was second in the store. So she was pretty high up. And at night, you'd have to take turns who's cleaning the bathrooms.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, she would herself clean the bathrooms, even though she had other closing duties that she needed to be doing and everything, because she wanted to show, okay, she's not above us, right? Even though she is technically.
Yeah.
And that went such a long way with me respecting her as a manager, because she wasn't just there to boss us around. She was actually leading us, right?
There's a difference.
There's a big difference. And I think professionalism, obviously we talk about, sending how you send your emails and different things, but it's honestly, it just comes down to, like Keniesha said, character and how you conduct yourself.
Yeah.
And I think, sorry, I feel like I have to sneeze.
Back up.
It does have to do with your character.
That's interesting,
I
though.
think she hit a point, because I think, unfortunately, a lot of people, they aren't willing to get their hands dirty. They're not willing to do the day-to-day and get down in the nitty-gritty.
Yeah.
It's more of I want to be the face of leadership.
Yeah.
But I don't want to do any of the work
Yeah.
that a leader would do.
Yeah. And it's also, I think, society as a whole, we've gone to such a selfish mindset of, hey, I want to do what feels good for me.
Yeah.
I am only
leave because I don't like what you're doing.
I'm only going to do this if it benefits me.
Yeah.
If I think you're disrespecting me, then I can drop down to your level and be disrespectful. I don't need to. It comes down
fair weather. It's like being a fair weather fan, almost.
Oh.
I would say. So like you go where the wind blows you.
Yeah.
If I don't like how this person treated me. If I don't like, I don't like the manager. I think she's rude. Or I think the upper manager, I think, he doesn't dress cool. Then people leave.
Yeah.
Oh,
so that's so backwards than what culture is then. What would you say? Like, do you even see like professionalism? Like, is it like, would you say it's on a decline, or how do you see it? How often do you see it then?
It is on a decline.
Oh.
Yes. I was
very dire.
It is. I think we were just at Rusty Taco last night. Shout out Rusty Taco.
Rusty Taco.
Ooh, they got good churros.
They do.
Charles?
Churros?
Churros.
Have you ever had a churro?
What's a churro?
What's a churro?
Eben.
What is that?
We've got a lot of educating to do for you, Eben.
I need to know. I know. I don't spend enough time on Google. I need to be like rabbit trails. That's what I got to do.
I don't even know how you describe a churro.
It's like heaven covered in cinnamon sugar and deep fried.
And the ones at Rusty Taco have like a dulce de leche filling on the inside. So good.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
But
So good.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
No. It's all about the churro. Okay?
Yeah, churro.
You can have like a chocolate dip churro. You can have them plain.
Wait, cinnamon and chocolate go together? Like,
Yeah.
like what is that? Who mixes that?
The world.
The world does.
Who mixes that? Everybody.
I just got at the house. I don't know. I'm not used to this whole world.
We'll teach you. Evan.
Yeah. Thank you.
Come to the good side.
We know all about desserts. We got you.
No, we ever.
You're a Rusty Taco.
Okay. So we were just at Rusty Taco.
Yeah.
And pre-COVID versus post-COVID.
Yeah.
Right. So I remember going before COVID and very professional. Like, hi, welcome in. Can I take your order? Do you need a second? Like, let me know when you're ready.
Yeah.
Last night, there were 2 employees and the guy didn't greet us.
Oh.
He was just getting trays ready on the side.
Yeah.
And we kept making eye contact. And I was like,
yeah.
hey, man. And he goes, let me know when you're ready. I said, okay, cool. Great. So we were ready, eye contact, third time. And he's just doing whatever. Hey, when you have a second, I'd love to order some tacos. Oh, yeah, sure. You're like, sure. So I do think professionalism has been on a decline. I think you could go anywhere, and maybe it's easier for us because we were in the workforce before COVID happened and then even after, and you can see the difference.
Yeah.
Even in a retail store, I remember having to greet at the front table and fold the merchandise on the table and be like, hi, welcome into Forever 21. Like, what are we shopping for today?
Yeah.
And now it's like, hey, or nothing. And I don't like being greeted when I go into a store, even though I was a greeter.
Yeah.
But I do notice the difference. You're like, okay, well, in case you didn't know, you do work customer service. So you should greet me.
Yeah.
Or can help you find anything? Nothing. You're like, okay.
Oh.
All right.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
This is for you, Keniesha. What is your biggest pet peeve when it comes to professionalism?
Ooh.
I didn't prep notes for that one.
We're going off
My
script.
biggest pet peeve when it comes to professionalism? Do you guys know what my biggest pet peeve is?
I know what mine is.
You were prepared, yeah.
Locked and loaded.
Share? Or no, wait. You want to?
Yeah, you go first.
Well, I guess 2.
Yeah.
They all have to do with emails, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah. Spelling my name wrong in an email is literally my email address. And if you're not double checking, what are you doing?
True.
Calling another female hun or sweetie in an email.
Listen,
I'm not going to say anything else.
I
And
never levitate out of my seat faster.
putting emojis in emails.
And LOL.
What?
An LOL.
And haha. Like, nothing's funny.
Don't
about
you
your
dare
request.
put LOL in an email.
Don't do it.
Don't you dare.
I think-
Like, listen,
this
it'd be
room
one
wall.
thing if I was emailing Keniesha or if I was emailing Pastor Heather.
Yes.
And it was like, towards the end of an email chain, things have been resolved, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I might throw a smiley face in because I
sure.
know these people, right?
Yeah.
So I know when to do that. But if you're coming to me asking me to do something and you're throwing a LOL in there, no.
I'm not laughing. No one's laughing.
No one's laughing.
No one's laughing. I'm instantly annoyed. I think probably,
That's it. You remember your presentation?
yeah, I think one of my hot buttons is probably respect. And I understand that
Oh. What?
Listen, hear me out.
Yeah.
Hear me out. I understand even the guys on their phones in the back. I hope you're listening.
Ooh, as we're talking about respect.
Funny. I think respect. Now, I understand that some people use it as like a, you need to respect me kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But they're not going to give you respect. I think we forget that respect even is showing up on time, being early, communicating.
Yeah.
Before it's time. Like if you need to be in the office at 10 and it's 9:45 and you're telling your manager, hey, I'm not going to be in today. When did you know? Last night at 7 p.m.? Text me at 7 p.m. I don't care. I think respect is a broad term, but if you break it down, it is showing up on time or being early. It's communicating. It's being a team player. And I feel like even if you're just not even making eye contact with whoever is speaking, not saying like you have to stare into their soul, but I'll say I'm guilty of it too. Like if I'm in a meeting and I know and I see an email come through, that's just a quick answer. I'm going to quickly answer it. But I'm not on Instagram. I'm not on TikTok or Facebook. I'm not texting my friends like, hey guys, okay, that's a lie. I'm texting this too. But for the most part, I'm not going to be like, so Leah, last night I dreamt blah, 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 like during a meeting. I'm going to try to give my attention. I'm going to make sure that my body language is more open and that they know, hey, if Susie Q in the back isn't listening to you, I'm listening to you. So I think a lot of times I've heard, like they don't respect me, so I'm not going to respect them. For sure. I understand that. But you can still be nice.
Also, that comes down to character. You don't have to lower your character to match somebody else's.
Absolutely. Take the high road. Although I do love being petty.
Oh, well, listen. We visit Petty Street. We do.
I'm a citizen.
We do.
Of Pettyville. Ashley and Jocelyn. Okay? I love it. I love it so much. But I will tell you in the same breath, if you can rise above it, rise above it. I would so much rather, and okay, whoa. Sorry, I had too much coffee. There is a scripture about like the kindness being hot coals on someone's head. Trust me. I've said to them, wow, that sucked because I didn't like so-and-so and they were just so nice to me. And that sucked. I didn't like that conviction. But also, how much better is it to know that you gave your best in treating someone with respect? Even if they don't like you at the end of the day. You're like, you know what? That's okay. I know I treated them how I would want to be treated. I also need to work on it. I need to work on it.
I also think we think that, okay, if I'm going to treat somebody with respect back, if they're being disrespectful, that's not accepting their behavior. Right? So you can still address that issue. If you need to. Sometimes you just have to deal with it and ignore it, and it is what it is. But if you are being disrespected on a continuous basis, you can address that issue, but you can still do it respectfully. You don't have to become disrespectful to address that issue or to, match their energy, as the kids would say.
Don't match their energy. You are in charge of what you say and how you say it.
Sadie looks so upset right now.
Just as Justice takes like a Snapchat selfie, you are in charge of what you say and how you say it, not how someone takes it. Okay. So I'm guilty. I'll tell myself, I've said something, not realizing how it sounds, and they'll go, I'm going to give you another chance to say that in a different way. And I'm like, oh, I didn't hear it that way. But I understand that I am in charge of what I say and how I say it. Not how you take it. But I can do my best to say, I'm going to rise above, and I see that you're upset with me. I would like to fix it. Versus like, you know what? Screw you. Sorry, you might have to blur that out on the podcast. But
can you beep her? Bleep her out when she says screw you?
That's how I go. That's
Make it sound way worse than it was.
Like, hey, we heard you said a word on the podcast and had to be bleeped out. Like, you know what? What a way to go.
No, we like it. It's more
real?
Dynamic. More real.
More dynamic.
But that's what I think. Is it time?
I think you should ask us though, question number 6.
Ooh. Okay.
Do you want to know if we're a Mary or a Martha first?
Wait, Mary or Martha?
That's question number 5.
Did you read the questions?
Number 5. Oh, I think it said 6.
She did say
did.
6.
Oh,
That was misleading of her.
I thought you
That
said
was.
number. Wait, you want number 5 or 6?
6. I think you should ask us number 6.
Yeah.
But then I said, oh, did you want to know number 5? But you should really ask us number 6.
Oh,
I feel like
okay. I just want to know: is work a?
start with 5.
Are you a Mary or a Martha?
Are you a
Jocelyn?
Mary or Martha?
I'm a Martha, 100%. We're both Marthas, 100%.
I have the-
But you know what? Don't get me started. Martha gets such a bad rap. She gets such a bad rap.
I love when she preaches.
but things have to get done.
Yeah.
You know, and people always talk about, oh, you should be a Mary sitting at the feet of Jesus, and that's
Yeah.
My hair
great.
ain't long enough to be putting oil on his feet. Okay?
Fair.
No. My hair ain't long enough.
But also, you know what? When those people get hungry,
Yeah.
they're gonna wish they had a Martha in their house.
Yeah.
They're gonna wish they had a Martha. And people twist the scripture. I should have
Yeah.
pulled it up ahead of time. But Jesus does not rebuke Martha for working.
Yeah.
Jesus rebukes Martha for worrying.
Yeah.
And that's a completely different thing.
Yeah.
She was worrying
Don't get it twisted.
about the things that needed to get done.
Yeah.
And that's what Jesus says, hey, no.
Yeah.
Chill out. You don't need to do that. That's
Yeah.
my interpretation.
Yes.
But he's not
The Jocelyn
rebuking.
translation.
That's the
JC.
JCT,
Yes.
Jocelyn Coan translation. But work is necessary.
Yeah.
Work is necessary.
Yeah.
And I think that acting like, oh, we all need to be a bunch of Marys is just an excuse.
Yeah.
Because people don't want to do hard work.
Which leads us into question number 6. Okay. I think we have the heart of a Mary, but the mind of a Martha.
So we're perfect. That's what you're saying? That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
That's true. Talia, Jocelyn, and I are perfect. We have no faults.
Yeah.
Now, leading into question 6,
Yeah.
which for those of you that don't have the questions in front of you,
Yeah.
Benjamin, is work a bad thing? Aren't Christians just supposed to pray and let God do everything? Like Jocelyn was saying, there's nothing
is
wrong
that-
with hard work.
Oh
Yeah, it's on there. It's on there, my friend. There's nothing wrong with hard work. I think, and you can totally disagree, I think Christians nowadays,
Yeah.
we forget to put our hand to the plow. Not to
Yeah.
like over spiritualize it, but we just say like, okay, God, if it's your will, let it work out. And we don't do anything.
Yeah.
Like when in the Bible did he say pray and do nothing? You know what I'm saying? And I think honestly, and I've seen it, we confuse faith with laziness.
Yeah.
We are missing a work ethic.
Yeah.
No one said work was bad.
Yeah.
The imbalance of life of being a workaholic, that's bad.
Yeah.
But saying, okay, Lord, I'm going to trust you. What I can do today is bring myself to you and say, okay, I don't get the situation. I don't get the circumstances, but I'm going to
Yeah.
trust you to work it out. So I'm going to give you my best today.
Yeah.
I'm still going to work.
Yep.
I'm not going to say like, okay, it's in your hands. And then be broke and be like, I don't know what's happening. The Lord hasn't answered my prayers. Did you do anything to help him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's example after example after example in the Bible where like Jesus could have just done things, right?
Yeah.
God is so powerful that he could split the Red
Yeah.
Sea.
Yeah.
But he told Moses
Yep.
to raise his staff.
Yeah.
And Moses still had to take that action for it to happen. Or he could have, when the Israelites were in the desert and he's dropping food from the sky, he
not a
literally
lottery
could
ticket
not
from the
make it
sky.
any easier, right? And
Yeah.
they still had to go pick up the food
Yes.
to eat it,
Yeah.
right? So yes, I think
still
that
action and obedience.
there's still, that's good.
She said,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good. That's
there's
good.
still action and obedience.
No, I think so many times we just sit, and obviously prayer is an important first step.
Yeah.
But I think so many times we're sitting there and we're praying and we're praying and praying. God, I need you to do something. God, I need help. God, I need you to do this. I need
Yeah.
a miracle, da, da, da. And he's sitting up there going, move. Would you just take a step? But we don't. We want everything to look perfect first.
Yes.
And we want God to move our feet for us.
Yes.
And he's like, just do something, would
Sparkle the
you?
road.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You still have to take a step. You still have to physically take a step. So don't lose your work ethic just because you have faith. Have faith, but get a job.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get a job.
Yeah.
Do your job. Do something.
Yeah. Isn't there like an example, or was it like Paul going through? He just had to move, and then like the Holy Spirit would interact, like tell him like don't go here, don't go there. I can't remember where that was from, but he went to a church.
Yeah.
Just to get thrown into prison. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what what verse was that? Or not verse. Acts.
It's an X.
If it's about him, it's an X.
Yeah.
Our old youth pastor Jeff Berquest used to say,
Shout out Jeff Berquest.
Shout out.
Berquest.
It's so much easier to move an object that's already in motion than one that's stationary.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Jeff. Is that?
That was Jeff Berquest.
He might have stolen from somebody. I don't know.
Honestly, he probably did.
The teacher, Josh, said it.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Josh was also his youth pastor,
yeah.
so
Oh,
that makes
oh,
sense.
yeah, that makes sense.
Or Jeff was also his youth pastor.
He was also in the youth group.
Yeah.
So it's easier to move something that's already in motion than
Yeah.
something that's stationary.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think sometimes we're so scared to take the wrong step that we
Yeah.
just do nothing.
Yes.
Yeah.
But God is so much bigger than that. If we take the wrong step, take the wrong step. Like if you did it, if you are taking a step thinking, okay, you know what, I've prayed, I think this is right.
Yeah.
And it was wrong. Do you think God's not big enough to fix that?
I think we forget about that.
We do. This man created the universe. Hello.
Yes. Do you think he falls off his throne because he made a wrong decision?
Oh my goodness.
He's going.
I can't fix it. They went the wrong direction. He's
He's like,
took the wrong job.
My favor is off their
damnation
life.
now.
I can't interact with them anymore. No, the Bible literally says that he's a loving father, right?
Yeah.
So even in your mistake, he's still going to bless you. He's going to say, you know what?
Yeah.
I know for a fact that you thought you heard me.
Yeah.
Say go left. I'm going to bless you while we go left.
Yeah.
I just think it's ridiculous. Sorry for being like blunt about it. I think it's ridiculous and dumb when Christians are like, I can't do it because I failed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, well, David was freaking on the roof looking at another man's wife. Okay,
And then had her husband killed.
had her husband killed.
What?
Okay, and the Lord said, "It's okay, David. I still love you.
Yeah.
You're still called."
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many examples in the Bible,
Yeah.
and you know what? It's always the men. So
I think we should end it on
Called
that, huh?
always
Feels
the
like
men.
a good note to end it on. It's always
Yes.
the men.
have us back.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming. It was such a great conversation. Super glad we can do this.
Thank you, Evan.
Thank you guys for coming to
having
Generation
us.
Now podcast. Have a good day.
Not with that
Goodbye.
banana.
With the banana too.
That banana is, oh.